Hello, welcome to the Vector Approach Celebrity Challenge. My name is Stephen Pitts. Join us as we invite our celebrity to fly a stabilized approach and landing with a half-day's notice. The Celebrity Challenge is about safety and having fun. This is a stabilized approach contest. And the lower our celebrities get, the more points they earn. There are boundaries where if the approach gets unstable, we're going to execute a go-around. But we want to see how low they can get, and maybe they can land the aircraft. Here are the ground rules. Our celebrity gets 1 hour of academics, 1 hour in a simulator, and 1 hour in the airplane at altitude, working on maneuvers. Then I demonstrate a landing. On a stabilized approach, at 1,000 feet, we turn off the autopilot, and then we start back up for the Celebrity Challenge. We want to thank Real Sim Gear for the Vision Jet simulator, Flystow for their data analytics, and 67 Designs for their GoPro mounts. Let's meet our first celebrity.
If I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. I won't ever think I'm better than the next man. I've been down before to come up, I ain't stressing. Baby, I'm too busy counting all these blessings. Count it up. Line 'em up. Swear the sun shining on me, get my heart up, no matter that trouble surrounding us. They don't see that it's a lot of us. Everybody move anonymous. Won't take that credit, I know what we get it. Them blessings be coming from God above. I was doing all kind of bad, what a quiet ass. Tell him I need a verse. Hit the pew and tell Gotti is first. Hit the studio, the body a verse. I remember pushing mama Lil White Hyundai with no gas money. I just bought a car, cash money. I ain't even trying to brag on it. I just tell it how it really is. I ain't tripping, they ain't feeling this. I ain't saying I deserve nothing, I'm just trying to talk about the benefits. I've been punching in the clock, trying to keep the kitchen stocked. Man, it's a blessing cause we ain't never had a lot, but all we need is all we got.
Marquise Goodwin, welcome to the Vector Approach Celebrity Challenge. So happy to have you here. What a career and what an athlete.
Thank you. First of all, I want to say it's an honor to be here. Thank you and the Vector Approach team for, just giving me this opportunity. So I'm looking forward to getting in the air and flying. I've had a crazy journey, wonderful opportunities, throughout my career at UT. I initially got to UT as a track and field athlete. That's the reason that I was even am able to be here in Austin right now. I'm a Longhorn. I bleed burnt orange. I've always wanted to go to UT since I was young as a kid, and I was afforded that opportunity when Bubba Thornton offered me a full ride track and field scholarship, which afforded me another opportunity to then walk on and earn a scholarship as a football player and then eventually make it to the NFL. So I grew up a little different. I ran away from home at 14, and I lived in various different homes. I lived in 4 different homes in high school, and I always wanted that sense of family and connection. And when I came to UT for one game, I just knew that it would be the place for me. It would be the place for me to be, just by the support, the energy in the stadium, the love that people have for the people on the field. And I just wanted that. I wanted to be loved. I wanted to be accepted. And I felt like UT was the place.
But this is track and field.
This was track
what
and
you're
field.
Thinking.
This was track and field at the time. And
Right.
in my mind, I always knew that I could play football here.
Okay.
So it wasn't like I counted myself out from.
So you were
not,
you were seeing yourself. You were already visualizing yourself as a player on the football team, and that's what Rich Sampson brought up in our interview about how to achieve success you have to visualize it. And I'm a big believer of that. So that's what you were doing.
Yes, sir. Self-visualization.
Okay, so then you walked on the UT football team.
I ended up walking on the team. I came the day before the summer camp started, as a walk-on. So I show up and I'm not a part of the team, and everybody's like, "Who is this? Who is this little dude?" Like, went out there and I earned my scholarship in 2 days by, really making a really good play on one of the best players that we had on our team at the time, Earl Thomas, who, potentially has a chance to be in the Hall of Fame in the NFL. And
Good for you.
that got me on the team. I'm like, is that
Why
all
did you
it
beat
took?
him? What'd you do?
It was a simple route. I was on the right side of the ball. And anytime I'm on the right side, anytime anybody's on the right side of the ball with a right-handed quarterback, it's easier to catch a ball on the right side because how the ball spins, it spins
Interesting.
into your hands as opposed to spinning away from your hands with a left-handed quarterback.
Oh, wow.
So I'm on the right side and I'm like, yeah, they give me the opportunity. He throw that ball, I'm going to catch it because I know I'm faster. Well, the cornerback, he pressed me. So I beat him, and Earl was he was the deep safety. He was supposed to make it over the top to come get me. So I ran at him a little bit, sort of like I'm crossing the field, and then I stuck it to the corner. And so now it's just me and him racing to the corner, and I just beat him to the corner. Boom, touchdown. After that, Coach Brown pulls me up. He's like, "Hey, Marquise, come to the front." I come to the front. He's like, "Hey." Marquise doesn't say anything. He comes, he works his butt off. We love him here. We love him. So you know what? We're going to put you on a full ride scholarship. And I just, like I got now, just chills everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm just like emotional. I'm just like, what? I'm a football player?
Incredible.
That just changed the trajectory of my life. Ended up playing. I started my freshman year, scored my first touchdown versus OU in the Red River rivalry to help us win that game. End up going on to the Big 12 championships. We won that. I made a big play there and went to the national championship, and I started in that game. And it's this divine energy that was, meant to be. And kind of like, us right here, right now. It's crazy how I even came upon vectored approach.
That's right.
Walking, I was at Lakeway Air Park. Wasn't even supposed to be there. I'm driving up. I'm like, okay, they got some different nice planes today. Like, these are different. End up being serious, but I get out and I'm like, yeah, it's going to be really good or really bad. We're going to get ran off or we're going to make a lot of friends. And lo and behold, I end up running into you. And
Boom. You got the aviation bug.
yes, I do.
Came to the air park. So celebrity challenge. Every now and then you hear about someone in an airplane where the pilot's incapacitated and they've never flown before and they land the airplane successfully. So this is a fun thing, but are you good enough to land the airplane with your talent that you have and all the things that you do? And then are we good enough, Vector Approach, to teach you in a minimum amount of time to land an airplane? Because that's what we do every day is teach people how to land airplanes. This is all in one day. It's actually all in a few hours. A little bit of academics, a little bit in our Vision Jet simulator from Real Sim Gear. And then in the airplane we go, and we put you on a long final, and then we turn off the autopilot, and you land it, and guess what? I go quiet. And then you have to do it on your own. So part of what you have to accomplish is handling the tension and the adversity of, okay, I got to do this myself. I'm in a pickle, right? So that's where we're at. So we're going to try to do. What do you think about that?
I love aviation. You gonna let me fly the plane?
Yes.
This one?
Not exactly this one, but one that looks just like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Okay.
All right, so let me get this straight. We do a class and you teach me
Yeah. Aerodynamics.
aerodynamics. I go through a simulation. Okay, explain the simulation. What is the simulation?
So it's a flight training device, and it's got visuals and a stick and a throttle.
Okay.
It's a Vision Jet. We're
Okay.
using that because the visual graphics are so good. You get depth perception on the ground, and we'll do some landings on that.
Okay.
Give you a feel for how to do the round out and flare.
Okay.
Which is fun. It's a Vision Jet too. So that, yep. And then we'll jump in the plane.
Ooh. If y'all could see my hands right now, how wet they are.
All All right, well, let's see.
Let's do it.
Let's go, man.
Center traffic, Cirrus 547, Juliet Sierra, 5 miles to the east. We'll be setting up for a 6-mile final for runway 17. Full stop. Right now. Very good. There's your runway straight up front.
Nice.
See it?
Oh, I see it right here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Beautiful job.
Straighten up.
4 miles from the airport.
Yes.
All right, buddy. Ready for the celebrity challenge?
I am.
Okay. All right, Steve-O goes silent. You're on your own.
Yes, sir.
I'll say one last thing. Your 80's your target, and you're doing great. That's
Okay.
fine. Just don't let it get below 80.
Gotcha.
And so if you need power, use it. And if it's more than 80, try to slow down. But you'll need throttle because of the wind gust.
Okay.
Okay, all right. It's all you. Final traffic, Cirrus 547, Juliet Sierra is a 3.7 mile final for 17 full stop. Now.
It's too steep of a dive. All right, I need to descend a little more.
I can't talk.
Oh.
It's all you, baby.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, caps is no longer available.
Gotta get down there. Not too much.
You did it. All by yourself.
That was great.
Just let it roll out. Just let it roll out. You did it. Just let it roll out. You did it.
I gasped. That was great.
So you literally landed an airplane
Oh my God.
with no experience.
Woohoo! Let's go!
Turn it all off.
You landed the airplane.
I landed the airplane.
How do you think you did?
My heart is
What do you
pounding
think your
right now.
score is?
According to how, okay, so when I was flying in, I did realize I was a little high flying in.
Okay.
it was a little turbulent. I realized that my speed was above where you said in class it was supposed to be, which put me a little bit over my trajectory of like my angle of descent.
Yeah.
And at the time of descent, I was not at where I needed to be looking at the map. I end up having to like dive my nose a little bit, which probably got some points off. I don't know. Shifting the speed just to try to navigate, to try to catch back up to where I was. And I do remember, I think my score, I hope it's passing. It has to be, because
Got it right here. Okay, you ready?
what is it?
92%.
92.
92% out of 100.
I did not do not. Let me see it. Let me see it. Oh, let me see that. 92%.
And total points possible, 158. You had 150.
Come on,
So you only
man.
had an 8-point deduction, and it's exactly what you're describing. Somewhere on the descent, you bumped the power, and we went from 30% to 41%, and that got you high. He needs to correct his power, and it got to a point as we got closer to the runway, I'm thinking, I'm going to have to call this off. We're not going to be able. It's not going to be stable. We're not going to be able to make it to the runway. And then you started correcting. So the gates are 1,000 foot, 500 foot, 200 foot, and then we've got parameters where if things get too far out of line, we've got to take over as we briefed. But you did an amazing job recovering from high in the path back to the path. And what I love about you, your abilities right now, so early, is you never do anything, you never do any large inputs. You're very smooth. And that's instinct.
Thank you.
That's one of your instincts that I love already. So you had a bit of a high descent rate, 1,069 feet per minute at 1,000 feet, and you kind of stayed there. You needed to get to the back to the path, but you recovered that. And then everything else was incredible. You reached the 50-foot point near the threshold at 83 knots, crossed the threshold at 80, touchdown at stall speed perfectly, 4.5 degrees nose up at touchdown, 3 degrees of crab angle, which your limit's 4, so you got max points on that, which is great. And then touchdown impact at half a G, which was low. And then the only other ding was 21 feet right of center line, which you said Morgan, your wife.
Yeah, when we landed, I'm like, yeah, my wife is going to get a load of this because she thinks I drive too far to the right side on the road anyway. So
okay, crazy. All right, so 150 out of 158 points. Don't know. You set the bar really high for the celebrities.
Yes.
So maybe we'll
92.
Well, 92%. Then the points 150 out of 158.
150 out of 158. Wow.
So we'll see what happens. Now, does this give you the bug to learn to fly?
Yes, 100%, 1,000,000%. I absolutely have to learn how to fly now. Can you teach me?
Yes.
Please.
Yeah, we'd be honored, myself and our staff. And Vector Approach, yeah, you're going to be amazing. You're talented.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for coming along with us.
Of course.
And being brave, because it was stressful, I think.
Yes.
But I think you like stress.
Oh, hey, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I love it.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, smash the like button, like the video, and leave us a comment. We'd love to hear what you have to say.
This is the best thing ever.